The AABHE is the premier organization in the country that supports blacks in higher education. Recently, they partnered with the IABHE for their fall symposium in Indianapolis, Indiana, to push their mission forward.
I think one of the main goals was just to provide a space for folks to get together, to connect, to develop a network, one, and two, partnering with the National Association is always big, just because we know that coming off of a pandemic, there's so many different things going on our respective campuses. So to create a space where we could talk, laugh, gather, and just really connect was a very intentional piece about bringing the conference here to Indianapolis.
What was different about this is we started out with a series of meet and greets throughout the state where the board members of AABHE were guest speakers. There were speakers at Notre Dame up in South Bend. There were speakers in Evansville at the University of Southern Indiana. I came down on Friday and the former president, Dr. Derek Riveras, was speaking here in Indianapolis. So that just gave an entree to people. You get a little sample, got a chance to meet them up close and personal, and ask questions and get your questions answered.
This year's symposium has been absolutely phenomenal. We have so many activities that have transpired, including yoga in the morning for those of us who need to be up early and get a fresh start. We had an opportunity to meet with a tremendous group of high schoolers and getting them prepared for their transition into higher education. We had probably over 90 students to participate from the local high schools, and we consider that to be a huge success. We also provided opportunities for our graduate students, students who are either thinking about going to graduate school or currently in graduate school. And so again, part of our mission with AABHE is to really help improve that pipeline into higher education.
We wanted people to become familiar with both organizations, AABHE and IABHE. We wanted them to know that there's support available for them throughout. We also wanted to make sure that we were emphasizing professional development skills that are needed to be effective in your positions, but then we also wanted to set a template so that other state affiliates could work with AABHE and do similar, because I believe this is the first time we've had a joint symposium.
I think as we talked about with the changing landscape of higher education, we have to look at a lot of different lanes. So one, with yoga, looking at ways that we look at the whole self, right? Like we gotta find those downtimes for us to relax, relate, release, and doing some of those intentional things about creating spaces just to come and be yourself and be free and do something different. The intentional piece with high school is continuing to build that pipeline of letting students know earlier that college is an option for them, and being intentional about the students that we brought so they see professionals that look like them and started to build those connections a lot earlier.
My biggest takeaway from IABHE has really been the partnership and collaborations with our regional institutional partners. Being in a space where we can support and serve high school students, undergraduate students, graduate students, and then young scholars who are even thinking about pursuing their dissertation. They're in a room amongst other scholars who have gone through that process. So that's really been one of the best parts of this conference, is to be able to support the next generation of scholars.
When I look at this conference, to see the energy, the fact that much of the work that I've been working on over the years has been passed down to younger generations who've stepped into leadership roles and allow people like me to kind of sit back and enjoy it, but also to give advice every now and then as well. I've got a chance to talk one-on-one with a lot of new people coming up who want to be leaders, and they're excited, they have got energy, and so that really has been very gratifying to me.
I believe my students took a lot away from this event. So I believe that educators should bring their students to the symposium because it's a powerful event. It's an event where students can learn from people who look like them, who've been through experiences like them, come from the same backgrounds as them, and see what it really takes to be in college or further their purpose. I think this was amazing. I would love to bring students here again.
I hope that you all can feel the excitement and the joy that we've had these days. And if You want to be a part of it next time, come and see us in sunny San Diego. I promise you this, there won't be no snow.
For more information, visit our website today.